Hey everyone, I hope you're having a lovely day. We're gonna wait for a few more folks to trickle in before we get started. So we'll give it another minute or two before we get started. Thank you so much. See a few more folks joining. We'll get started in another minute. Excited to get started. Awesome. All right, we're good to go. Hello everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm excited to welcome you to the smartest place to trade, our very first self-directed investing live stream ever. My name is Harry, and I'm a product marketing lead for our DIY trading products here at Wealthsimple. And I've been at the company for over 4 years now and had the pleasure of working across most of our products during my time here. I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you for taking the time to join us today as we talk about our self-directed investing products. We'll highlight some of our latest features and we'll give you a sneak peek at what's coming next. So I really started taking my investing journey more seriously when I started using Wealthsimple. It was easy to use, delightful, and absent of any complex financial jargon. It really transformed my relationship with money, and that's why I'm super excited to introduce you to a few of the key leaders who have helped shape our investing experience at Wealthsimple. First, I'd like to introduce Matt Karaz. He's a director of product for our stocks, ETFs, and options trading products at Wealthsimple. And before his time here, he was actually a hedge fund trader, which I think is pretty cool. Next, I'd like to introduce Danish Ajmeri. He's a director of product for our banking and crypto products. Danish actually helped launch the first version of Wealthsimple Trade and crypto at Wealthsimple. And before that, he worked in management consulting prior to joining the company. And last but not least, I'd like to introduce Tara Kennedy. She's our VP and head of capital markets. In her role, she leads all capital market operations and execution across the entire Wealthsimple business. And before that, she was head of trading for ETFs and automated strategies at one of the big banks. And before we get started, I want to go over a few housekeeping items. First, we'll be sharing a recording of a session later this week so that you can watch it again and maybe share it around with anyone you know who might be interested or miss the live stream. And second, we love participation here at Wealthsimple. So I highly encourage you to ask questions in the chat and we'll answer them at the end of our live stream. If you see someone on the call ask a question you'd like us to answer, feel free to give it an upvote so we can prioritize answering those questions during the Q&A session at the end. And now that I've gone through all the housekeeping items, I'd like to welcome Matt to the stage to talk about our self-directed offering. Take it away, Matt.
How you doing, everybody? Doing well? Well, as Harry mentioned, I'm the product director for stock and option trading at Wealthsimple. And one fun fact that he didn't mention is that I also moonlight as an editor for our TLDR newsletter and a host of our TLDR podcast, a weekly show about the culture, gossip, and business of money. I'm super excited to jump into the product and talk about everything we've been doing to make it better and everything we have coming up. But before we do that, as a trader myself and somebody who reads way too much financial news, I felt the need to acknowledge what a crazy period we've been going through in markets. Every day, it feels like there's another wild policy pronouncement sending markets up or down a couple percent, or individual stocks, options, and cryptocurrencies hurdling. I was talking with Tara before this call, and she actually reminded me of a good point. This is the kind of volatility that we always get in markets. Just look back at the last few years. We went from the pandemic collapse to the stimulus and reopening to the meme stock euphoria and the great inflation and recession fears of 2022, then the AI rally, and most recently, like this whole trade tension kerfuffle. We know times like this can be equal parts stressful and exciting, and that's why we're here, to make it as easy as possible for you to manage your money your way through all the craziness that this world may throw at you. It may seem like ancient history, but this actually wasn't all possible 10 years ago when we founded Wealthsimple. Back then, this is what a financial institution looked like, and honestly, what many of them look like today. You had to walk into a branch to open an account. You needed something called a wet signature to do that. Yes, like this is life pre-DocuSign. You had to sign onto a website from the early 90s to do anything, and then you paid fees for everything: account fees, data fees, trading fees, fees off the wazoo. We knew that we didn't want to invest this way, and we knew that in the age of instant delivery and everything being available on your phone, it didn't have to be this hard. So we set out for better, and that's how it started, from that idea. Don't believe me? Here's a picture I dug up of our humble beginnings. That's our founder and CEO, Mike Katchen, putting up a Y Combinator poster on the walls of one of our first offices. And here's actually a napkin with the original idea behind Wealthsimple. Mike and Brett, two of our co-founders, shared this with the company for our 10th year anniversary last year, and it really struck with me. We didn't even have a name at that point. We were just Project X, but we knew what we wanted to do: make investing easy. Back in the beginning, we started with simple automated wealth management because that's what we wanted for ourselves and thought we could do. But over time, we realized that we and many of our clients wanted to manage their money themselves because they had their views or their own values they wanted to express, or even some of them just like trading. So in 2019, we launched stock trading. In 2020, we added crypto, and I'll let Danish, who led that product from the start, fill you in on that later. And then in 2023, we added options, private credit, and private equity. It's all that work plus lots of support from all of you that turned us from an idea into the full service financial institution we are today, one with millions of clients who manage over 50 billion of people's savings, and one that's loved enough to get 45,000 people to register for this call. So what have we been up to recently? A whole lot, for that matter. Starting with stocks and ETFs, let's talk about a feature that's we've been getting questions about for as long as I can remember, years at that. If you've gone on Reddit and searched for Wealthsimple anytime over the last few years, you've probably come across comments like this. Naturally, there's not going to be a margin account option at Wealthsimple. Or, this other more biting one, Wealthsimple isn't a real platform. After all, no margin. But I'm excited to announce that it's actually here. For those wondering why there's been so much excitement and so many questions about margin, you can think of it as a line of credit secured against your assets. And as a result, it's a much cheaper way to borrow than a credit card and much easier to access than a bank loan. And that makes it perfect if you want to take advantage of big opportunities in the market right in the moment, or if you even want to finance a big ticket purchase like a home renovation, like my family did a few months ago. We made it super easy for you to sign up for margin, and you can do it right from your phone, on the web, and it just takes a matter of minutes as long as you qualify. And we offer this product at a great value with lower rates than any Canadian bank. Our rates are as low as prime minus 0.5%, or for those people that don't happen to track the prime rate as closely as I do, that's 4.5% for borrowing in CAD today. And you don't have to take my word for it. Thousands of Wealthsimple clients are already trading on margin, and it's growing every day. Margin isn't the only request we've heard and responded to, though. There's also been all of these new accounts. So back when we launched, we started with the top 3 accounts Canadians save in. You all know them: RSPs, TFSAs, and just regular taxable accounts. But we heard that you wanted more choice, and so we've been taking steps to give it to you. We added FHSAs in 2023 to make it easier for you to save for a house, joint accounts and spousal RSPs last year so you can invest and save with your partner, and just recently launched corporate SDI accounts as a beta. So you can, put your business's money to work. But hey, we heard you. There's one more account type that we know you really, really want, and that's RESPs. Just take a look again at like the feedback we've been getting on Reddit. This line stuck with me in particular. For a lot of people, this is the last thing they're waiting for. And we heard you and that really resonated. So we're working on it. RESPs, you can invest where you can invest your money your way. We actually just launched them for internal users, but we got to hold off for another couple of months. We want to work out the kinks internally before we launch them to all of you. But we're aiming to get these out to you by summer. So if that wasn't enough, margin, more accounts, I wanted to give you another preview of something I personally am really, really excited about. I don't know about you, but the whole like trading from 9:30 to 4 p.m. normal market hours, that always seemed like such a wild anachronism to me. It's not quite as wild as the Tokyo or Shanghai markets, which still pause trading for lunch. I love that piece of market lore, but it's pretty close. 9:30 to 4 is like definitely not enough time to trade. So that's why we've been pushing to stay open for more and more hours. Last year we started letting you trade US stocks from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Earlier this year in January, we started to open it up at 4 a.m. And now we're taking it further. We're happy to announce that we'll be the first Canadian broker to offer commission-free 24/5 trading. That means you can trade US stocks and ETFs Sunday 8 p.m. to Friday 8 p.m. full stop. That means you'll be among the first to respond to overnight news. Think about when DeepSeek, rocked the markets on that Sunday night in January. And I'm already using it. Along with a couple of my coworkers, we're making trades, trying to find bugs. We can't launch it to you just yet, but we think we may be able to get it out in the next couple of weeks. Whew, that was a lot. I don't know if anyone else needs a sip of water. So more flexibility with margin, more accounts, more hours. For the vast majority of our clients, these improvements we've been making to our core stock trading experience, that'd be more than enough. But I also wanted to take a second to share what we've been doing for all our option traders out there. Options actually has a special place in my heart because it's the first product that I led all the way through, and I think it's already great personally. We can let you trade options on over 5,000 companies from on web and mobile, and at a rate that's 40% lower than the big banks. But we've been making the experience even better in a few key ways. We started with long calls and puts since they're the simplest and most popular strategies for individual investors. They're just like what most people think of when they think options. But ever since we launched, we've gotten request after request for more strategies. So we've been building them out. We hit covered calls a couple months ago. Those let you sell options on stocks you already own so you can earn some income in exchange for giving up some potential upside. And we offer those in TFSAs and non-reg margin accounts. But we're not stopping there. We're building out everything from straddles and strangles, which let you profit off of rising volatility, to secured puts, which let you earn income when the market doesn't collapse, to all sorts of complex spreads, which let you do things, even as wild as earning yield when the market doesn't move. So I just wanted to let you know that we're hard at work on these and planning to roll them out over the next few months. But I also wanted to let you know that we're not going to leave you high and dry in the interim. So while we have one eye on more strategies and we're pushing hard on that over the next couple of months, we're also taking a slew of shorter term steps to make the trading experience better. And next up on that is option rolling. So the backstory here is, as we were testing the product, both long options and then more recently covered calls, we noticed that a lot of you were closing an option and then moving right to another. So you could, extend your view or try to earn more income on the stocks you hold. And we thought, why are we making it so hard? Let's just make it super easy. So we're allowing you to do that in just 3 clicks or so, just like editing a stock or options order. Whew, that's a lot of good stuff. If you could take away one thing from this call, I really just want you to take away that we're listening to your feedback and trying to rapidly add the new features you want, like margin, DIY, RESPs, and we're continuing to innovate with additions like 24/5 trading. But there's actually one more thing that I want to talk about before I hand it over to Danish. I was reading through the 2,000 or so questions you all sent in when I was prepping for this call, and I was struck by just how many were about foreign exchange fees. And it made me realize you may not have heard about the latest update we made. In short, you asked for lower FX fees and we listened. It's simple. The more you convert, the more you'll save. Our FX conversion fees go down to as low as 0% if you're converting over $100,000. Take an example. Say I wanted to convert some CAD to USD. If I was converting 100 CAD, I'd need to pay the normal 1.5% conversion fee on top of our corporate rate, just like I did before. But if I converted 10K at once, the FX conversion fee would go to 1%. 50K at once, it would be 0.5%. And if you're converting 100K, we won't charge you an FX conversion fee at all. Long and short, I think we're still a great deal for making small conversions, but we're pushing to be an even better one for people moving around bigger dollars. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Donish to talk about crypto.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Matt. What's up, everybody? I'm Donish, and I'm pumped to talk to you today about our crypto product. Now, as I'm sure many of you have seen, crypto has been all over the news lately, and it's an exciting time for the industry. There's incredible optimism, especially after the several pro-crypto political and regulatory changes happening south of the border. And it's actually kind of incredible that governments now own Bitcoin, and institutions like BlackRock and Fidelity are literally building products on Ethereum. And to me, this signals that crypto is very much here to stay. And I'm personally excited about what this means for Wealthsimple, our clients, and the incredible products and services we'll be able to build over the coming months and years. But it wasn't always this way, especially not when we first started building crypto in 2019. Back then, Bitcoin was $5,000, not $100,000. There were no headlines, no presidents tweeting about it, and no institutions taking it seriously. It was a small phenomenon in a niche corner of the internet. And I stumbled into that corner accidentally in 2017 and became hooked ever since. Now, fast forward a couple of years, and I was actually working here with a small team to build the Wealthsimple Trade app, which has now become this incredible investing platform that Matt just talked about. And when we first launched, I was surprised by how often people told us they wish they could trade crypto as well. And as someone who was already very familiar with crypto, I knew how few trusted options Canadians had at the time. This is an industry that's notorious for scams, bad actors, and mismanagement. And unfortunately, some of that has happened here right at home. And so we realized we had an opportunity to build something much better. So over the next year, we continued to build. And in August of 2020, we launched the first version of Wealthsimple Crypto, bringing the trust, simplicity, and delightful experiences that make Wealthsimple great to an industry and asset class that needed it most. And in doing so, we became the first regulated crypto platform in the country with a very simple goal: to become the most trusted crypto platform in Canada. And so over the last 4.5 years, we've been focused on making a huge number of improvements to the crypto experience. We've added a ton of new assets. We've introduced deposits and withdrawals so you can seamlessly move assets directly to and from your personal wallets. We were the first in Canada to launch a regulated crypto staking product, allowing you to earn rewards on your assets while keeping them secure. And then finally, we enabled crypto swaps to help you trade between different assets, cutting both your time and fees in half. I'm so proud of the incredible product we've built so far, but I'm more excited about what we've got cooking. So let's talk about that. The first few things I want to highlight are all about giving you more choice, a key theme throughout our updates today. So first up is more coins. This is probably the single biggest complaint that our clients have had over the years. You hear about a coin, you start doing your research, you talk to your buddy who's deep in the Discord channels and Telegram groups, and then you open the app and search only for it to hit a dead end in the search box. It's a super frustrating and annoying experience, and we want to fix that. And so I'm excited to share that we've now added over 90 different coins, making us one of the largest regulated crypto platforms in the country, and we have no plans on stopping there. Next, let's talk about transfers. Over the last year or so, we know Solana and assets on Solana have become very popular. But we didn't support transfers for any Solana assets, which means you couldn't send or withdraw those assets from other wallets or exchanges. So if you had some sweet meme coin gains on Dog with Hat or Bonk and wanted to sell it on Wealthsimple, you simply couldn't do it. Well, I'm excited to announce that we've officially launched deposit and withdrawal support for Solana assets. And this last update is going to be particularly exciting for all of the active traders. We've heard from many of you that you want more control and flexibility over how you trade. And today there's this gap between the equities experience and the crypto experience. Not only is that frustrating, it's also very confusing. So we're introducing 2 changes to fix this. The first is the ability to modify limit orders. This means you no longer have to cancel that pending order when you enter the wrong limit price or realize you want to raise your sell target. Just like with our equities experience, you can easily modify the limit order right from your activity screen. And the second feature we're adding is stop limit orders. Now, unlike traditional limit orders, you can now set a trigger price so you have more granular control on when your order executes. So those are 3 big ways we're giving you more choice on crypto: more coins, more transfers, and more order types. But we have 2 more big updates that will be especially exciting for all the crypto whales out there. Now, for those of you who don't know, Wealthsimple has a regulatory obligation to limit the amount of crypto, other than Bitcoin, Ether, and 3 other assets, that a client can purchase to up to $30,000 in a 12-month period in certain provinces. Now, we've always believed that we should give our clients as much choice and control over how they invest their money and give them the right tools to do it responsibly. So we've been working very closely with Canadian regulators to provide more flexibility instead of having this one-size-fits-all approach. And we got somewhere. Now, some clients are eligible for 2 potential purchase limit tiers. The first is a purchase limit of $100,000 annually. You can access this if you are an eligible investor, which means your household net worth exceeds $400,000 and your income exceeds $125,000. And the second tier is an unlimited purchase limit, which you can access if you're an accredited investor, which means your household net worth exceeds $1 million and your household income exceeds $300,000. And if you've recently updated your financial information in the app and you meet either of the criteria above, then you should already have access to these higher purchase limits if you qualify. Okay, awesome. So now you're an accredited or eligible investor, you're seeing all of this bullish news in the crypto markets, and you're ready to make a much larger allocation to crypto. But you're questioning whether it's smart to buy tens of thousands of dollars of crypto from the app. It's totally normal to feel this way. It's a large amount of money, and you're probably wondering, am I getting the best price? How much am I going to pay in fees? Can I trust Wealthsimple to store my assets safely? These are all very real and very valid concerns. And in situations like these, it really helps to talk to someone. And soon you'll be able to do just that. We are building a dedicated concierge-like trading service. And right now we're calling it our over-the-counter order desk. And yes, that's a mouthful. It's so new, we don't even have a name for it yet. And so if you have any ideas, we're all ears. But naming aside, here's why it matters. It's designed from the ground up for clients looking to trade larger sums in crypto without the challenges of placing large orders on the open market. Instead of dealing with potential price swings, slippage, or liquidity gaps, you'll get direct access to deeper liquidity, competitive pricing, and lower fees, all while working one-on-one with a dedicated team of human specialists. That's right, no chatbots or AI agents. This is all about giving you more control, security, and peace of mind. Over-the-counter orders, or whatever we'll call it, will start at a minimum order size of $50,000, and we'll begin rolling this out in the next couple of months. Okay, one last thing, and this one I'm particularly excited about. How many of you know what the price of Bitcoin is in Canadian dollars right now? And how about when it hit all-time highs? Honestly, I have no clue, but I do know the answer to both of those in US dollars, and I'm sure many of you do too. And while it's unfortunate we're not exactly on the best of terms with our neighbors, the reality is that most people think of and denominate crypto in US dollars. And we want to make this much simpler for our clients. And so we're rethinking the entire crypto experience to support both Canadian and US dollars. What exactly does this mean? Well, a few things. First, you'll be able to easily view the prices of all crypto assets in both CAD and USD using a simple toggle. Next, you'll be able to view your account balances and positions in both currencies as well, just like you can with our equities accounts today. And finally, you'll be able to fund and trade all 90 assets seamlessly with both currencies without having to worry about any conversions or extra fees. And yes, USD crypto accounts will be free for everyone. And no, we're not changing any of our trading fees as well. And to make this all feel even more seamless, we'll soon be introducing the ability to transfer US dollars across all eligible accounts at the Wealthsimple ecosystem, just like you can with Canadian dollars. And let me tell you why I'm so excited about this. Imagine you've been investing or trading US equities for many years and have built a large position. You've been hearing about and seeing all this momentum in the crypto markets, and you want some exposure. Now, today, you'd have to sell some of your US holdings, convert those to CAD, move those funds to a crypto account, and then buy crypto. That's obviously a lot of steps and unnecessary fees incurred along the way. Instead, what if you could just sell and transfer the USD and buy crypto right away? And this would work in reverse as well. Perhaps you've got too much crypto and want to diversify, so you can sell assets to USD and seamlessly buy US stocks or ETFs. No need to convert back and forth between CAD and USD or worry about which currency you're using. Wow, we covered a lot there. More choice with coins, transfers, and order types, more flexibility and support for clients looking to trade large amounts, and more freedom to seamlessly use multiple currencies across our entire ecosystem. So, as you can see, we're not just the smartest place to trade stocks and ETFs, we're the smartest place to trade crypto too. I'm so excited about what's coming next, and we can't wait to get it in your hands. So with that, I'll turn it over to Harry to wrap things up and open the floor for your questions.
Awesome. Thanks, Danish. Wow, so many exciting updates across our stocks, options, and crypto businesses. And I want to thank you all again for joining us today, for staying on the call and asking all your questions in the chat. Before the team starts addressing the live questions, we thought we'd answer a couple of the top questions that were submitted prior to the live stream today. The first top theme that came from our pre-submitted questions were, will there be more advanced charting and analytics for stock traders? Matt, do you want to take this one?
Sure. First, totally hear you. Charting, I always think of charting as sort of like the language of stock and option trading. And we know that we have a long way to go to make our charts as good as they could possibly be. We've been taking sort of two big approaches. The first is we want to make the charts that are the center point of the mobile and web products as fast and reliable as possible. And we've actually already done that on web. If you go on web right now, you'll see that our charts are real time and streaming, and I think some of the best of any broker you can get right now. On mobile, we're in the process of rolling that out, and should have the same functionality out for you over the next couple of weeks. In addition to that, we also know that there's other more complicated and sophisticated views that a lot of you like to take when you're trading stocks. And I totally agree. I find them really useful as well. And so for that, we've actually worked with TradingView to create an advanced chart that's available on the web. And with that, you can see candles, volumes, and we're starting to add indicators there. So point is, we hear you. We think charting is really important and great. We think that we have some exciting stuff that's already out for you. And keep the feedback coming, and we'll keep getting you better and better charting.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. I particularly love that advanced charting feature that we've added to web. So I think the clients will be excited for that one as well. The next top pre-submitted question was around any plans to improve the order speed on the Wealthsimple platform. This is a great question. And I think Tara, I'll pass it over to Tara to answer this one.
Thanks, Harry, and welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. So this is an awesome question. I love it. It's actually one that's really close to my heart. It's something we take really seriously here at Wealthsimple and constantly monitor our speed of execution really closely. But first, maybe let me explain a little bit what I mean by speed of execution. I'm actually referring to the time it takes a client to receive a fill on a marketable order. So that's an order that's eligible to be filled at that point in time. So from the time a client hits the button to buy or sell a stock to the moment they receive their fill in app. And I'm pleased to report that after the market opened, right now we're tracking at a P90 rate of 473 milliseconds. So that's from hitting the button to buy to getting your fill, 473 milliseconds turnaround time. Now, one thing I would just want to add is I was wondering if maybe this question was also about how we handle fractional shares. And I'm also excited to announce that coming next month, we'll be launching real-time fractional trading, which means you'll be able to buy a stock for as little as $1 and have it filled in real time. Faster, smarter, and more flexible.
Awesome. Thanks, Tara. I love that. Answering the question, then also dropping some product teasers while doing it. Amazing. Great. Now let's turn to our live Q&A and answer some of the most top voted questions asked in the chat. Awesome. The first one is, when will our RESB direct investing be available? Matt, I think you touched on this in your presentation. Maybe you can share some timelines, or like when estimated we're thinking of bringing that to market.
We can't give an exact date because we just need to make sure that the product is good, not buggy when we launch it. We really have a really high quality bar here at Wealthsimple for the products we give to all of you. But we actually have it live for employees. We are all using it ourselves now. And so I can tell you that we're pushing as hard as we can to have it out within, the next couple of months. As I said before, I think by summer is a really good bet.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. The next top voted question from Corey was, when is Norbert's Gambit coming? Tara or Matt, either one of you want to take this one on?
I'll take this. Tara, you can add anything else if you want to. Look, we're pushing really hard to give you all better ways to, convert your cash from USD to CAD or back. And we're always considering every option. That includes Norbert's Gambit, and it is on the list of things we're working on. But I can't promise, any dates beyond that.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. The next question was from Julian. Will we ever be able to trade EU stocks?
Forever is a long time. We are trying. There's a long list of things that we want to do. We have aspirations to launch bonds and futures, and I personally would love to let you trade stocks in every country around the world, and trade every currency around the world. We're pushing in that direction. We're not going to be able to get there all at once, but it is definitely something we've talked about internally.
Awesome. I think a really cool update for us to share even with the live stream viewers. Also, some of the improvements we made with introducing OTC securities to the platform. Tara or Matt, do you want to speak to some of the work that we've done there?
Sure. Thanks, Harry. I think, as Wealthsimple wants to be the primary financial relationship for modern investors, we have to look at offering access to everything that help build a diverse portfolio from an investing perspective. So offering access to securities, whether it's foreign securities or if there's a demand or need for over-the-counter securities, we're constantly looking at what clients need and what will help them in their investing journey. So as Matt mentioned, we're looking at everything. We want to offer everything. It's a prioritization as to what comes next and what satisfies the most needs and ability to build those diverse portfolios first.
Awesome. Thanks, Tara. The next question was submitted anonymously, but the question is it would be helpful to have drip option enabled per stock rather than on a per account level. So the example the client provides is in the TFSA there should be a way to set up for drip for a few stocks only. Yeah, Matt, do we have timelines on that or anything to share in regards to drip enabling per stock?
No, I think that's a great point and something we should definitely add to the list. way that we sort of built drips, and the reason that we started with the account level selection was that when we talk to our clients, we have tens of thousands of clients getting millions of dividends or millions of dollars of dividends a week. We heard from you loud and clear that it was sort of a pain to have to remember when the dividend was hitting and go in and then buy, a stock for that exact amount. And when we talked to you, like, we thought that the easiest solution for the vast majority of you would just be to enable drips by account. And what we've heard so far is that there are a lot of people that really like that. There's always room for more customizability. And so, definitely hear you on that. And that's definitely something we'll add to the list. But, there's, we started with this other version because we heard from you that it would hit the 80-20 for what you were looking for.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Another question submitted by an anonymous attendee is when will we be able to link Wealthsimple with TradingView? Matt, I think I'll pass this one back to you. You mentioned this in your advanced charting Q&A.
So we don't have any plans right now to let you link and manage your Wealthsimple account on TradingView. As I said before, I love TradingView. I've used it for years. That's part of the reason why we're partnering with them to bring in some of the great advanced chart functionality onto Wealthsimple. And I think there's a lot of great stuff we're committed to and planning to do there. Letting you integrate your Wealthsimple account with TradingView and trade from TradingView presents some slightly different problems, around security, and there's some technical limitations. And so that's not on our roadmap right now. But we'll see where things go.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Another question that was asked was, will we ever be able to deposit physical cash directly into our Wealthsimple accounts? I'm not sure who wants to take that one.
You want to take this one?
Yeah. I'm not sure what exactly this person is referring to, but if they're talking about depositing cash, like physical cash, into the Wealthsimple cash account, that is something we're exploring right now, but it's not something that's actively planned for. But there's a bunch of other exciting banking and cash features that are on the horizon. So encourage everyone to stay tuned for more updates there very shortly.
Awesome. Thanks, Danish. And then I think, Danish, maybe this one back to you as well. Any word on when USD saving accounts will come to registered accounts?
Yes, great question. So on USD savings, we've recently launched our USD cash account in beta, which is essentially a way to earn interest on USD savings in a taxable account. And so that is our first step. We are getting a lot of great feedback and a lot of great adoption with that account. And the next step, we'll be exploring how we can bring that to our registered savings accounts, which have also recently launched with Canadian dollars. So this is very much on the horizon as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Danish. Just maybe a follow-up for myself, when is check deposit coming to Wealthsimple?
Yeah, thanks, Harry. I know you and a lot of other people are very excited about this. This one I can give more confidence in. We're actively working on this as we speak. I just had a chance to play with the demo last week. We're working on some kinks. And like Matt said, we have a really high quality bar. We want to make sure that this works reliably for all of our clients. But this will be something that will be in clients' hands very shortly. I can't provide exact timelines, but this is actively being worked on. So I know people will be very excited to get that in their hands soon.
Amazing. Thanks, Danish. A question from one of our clients, Gord. When will Wealthsimple bring AI assistance to self-directed trading? Matt or Tara?
All I can say is you're definitely working on it. We actually, and I'm not sure how much I really should go into this, but anyways, I'll do it because I'm excited about it. We actually did build a version when ChatGPT 3.5 came out, and it wasn't, it wasn't reliable enough for us to really want to share it with all of you. We just didn't trust that, the answers would hit our quality bar. But as the models are getting better and better, we're taking another look at that decision, and I think that it's very likely that we will, have an AI chat component in the product, over the next couple of years, and potentially a whole lot faster than that, based on the way things are moving in the space. But basically, I guess the long and short answer is we are as excited about it as you are. We just want to make sure that we can create something great.
I can add to that too, not necessarily from a trading perspective, but from a support perspective. It's very important for us at Wealthsimple to deliver a best-in-class client support, and it's a top priority for us. And so we've been making big improvements in the quality of our AI chat support so that clients can get 24/7 instant support. And over time, clients will be able to do more and more self-serve with this channel as well. Something we're really excited about, and it's been some exciting times to watch the improvements in the AI chat and how awesome it is.
Like the latest internet trend of people getting the AI to remake their family photos in Studio Ghibli. For some reason, that blew up on FinTwit this morning. I have no idea why, but that's what I will be doing after this call.
Amazing. Thank you both, Matt. Thank you, Tara. The next question is for Mozam. When can we see a dividend or distribution info per month and annual, similar to like any other dividend tracker that you currently see in the market?
I guess I should take this one again. We are. This is also something that we are working on. We actually, have been playing with new performance metrics and how to present them in the product. And, I can tell you that we are very, very close to having something really cool to share with all of you. We're just, as I keep saying, and I sound like a broken record, we're just kicking the tires, working through some kinks. But this one I can say is close. This is close.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. And then from Ryan, will we be able to see live index charts from the app at any point, like a live index chart for the S&P 500, and then even for the TSX? Matt or Tara, if either of you are able to answer that one or take it on.
I need to think about that one. Right now, we let you see charts for anything you can trade. And so I didn't think of adding the actual index in as well, because you can get a lot of the same information from just looking at an ETF on it. But that seems like a good idea. I will take that back. See what we can do.
Awesome. And the next question from Alexander is when will international wire transfer and in-kind transfers be available? Tara or Matt, if either of you want to take that one on.
Matt, do you have any thoughts on that one?
I'm not sure. Why don't we just? I think we honestly need to take that back.
Matt, I can jump in on that if I understand the question correctly. In terms of international wire transfers, like I mentioned earlier, there's a bunch of exciting things we're working on with cash and figuring out how we build reliable wire transfers, both domestic and international, is another one of those things. So don't want to share too many more details yet because we're still working on some kinks, but that is also very much planned as another big focus on improving the overall cash experience. And then I think in-kind transfers, if that's referring to how clients can move assets from one investing account to another, We actually do support this across many account types already in the app directly. And so if you go into the app and you scroll down at the bottom of your holdings, there's actually a button there that allows you to move assets between accounts. And so it's a great way for people to optimize contribution rooms and taxable accounts and just move their positions without needing to liquidate and move the cash over. So it's actually already available today to many of you.
Awesome. Thanks, Danish. And while I have you, a question from Kevin. Will the Visa credit card be available to residents of Quebec?
Yeah, so I know there's a lot of excitement and hype about the credit card. It's something we are super excited about. I'm using it every single day. I know a lot of people at Wealthsimple are. We're currently testing it with a very small group of clients, and so I have lots of exciting plans later this year to bring it in the hands of more people. And yes, when we do get to that stage, it will be available across the country, including Quebec. But there's a few things we need to figure out between now and then. But yeah, lots more to share later this year.
Awesome. Thanks, Danish. And then more so a comment from Isam. Love the TLDR newsletter. So informative and fun. Thanks, Matt and the team. So we got a fan in the chat.
Glad you love it. It's mostly the team, mostly our team of great writers. But you know, we're trying to make a great product for you. So I'm happy to hear you enjoying it. It makes my day.
Awesome. Matthew Fast asked a question around dividend view, which we answered at the just a few questions ago. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that one. The next question is from I guess we're not able to provide financial advice, but the question is around, like, if a client has a small amount of money to invest, is it wiser to make smaller trades or make like longer term investments? I think at Wealthsimple, Tara, I'll let you go ahead and answer that one.
Yeah, so Harry, you're right. When it comes to the self-directed platform, we can't provide advice. However, we do have our managed business. And our managed business does offer advice and financial planning. So if this client has interest in speaking with someone, they definitely should or can reach out to our managed side of the business and connect with an advisor or a financial planner.
Amazing. Thanks, Tara. I'm gonna take a couple more questions, but we're gonna wrap this up in a few more minutes. The first one is, I guess this one will be for you, Matt. When will we be able to hold USD in our actually no, this was for Donna. Sorry. When will we be able to hold USD in our cash accounts and earn interest on it?
Yeah, so I think if this is talking about earning interest in the USD equivalent of the cash account, which is our checking account, as I mentioned earlier, this is actually already live today. So if you go in the app and you click add an account, you'll actually be able to see USD cash as a new account type. And that is a high interest account where you can earn yield on US dollars. And so encourage everybody to check that out if you haven't already seen it.
Awesome. Thanks, Danish. And then probably right back to you, Danish. A question from Gerard in the chat. Do you have plans to add GICs anytime in the future?
Yeah, great question, Gerard. I mentioned earlier, we are investing a lot in our portfolio of savings products. And so we started with the high interest cash account. We recently launched registered savings accounts, which are getting super popular. And then more recently, we just launched USD accounts in beta, which are also getting a ton of popularity. So the short answer is yes, we are figuring out ways to offer a larger, more broad menu of savings products. And GICs are obviously a big category there that clients are super excited about. And so this will be a bigger focus for us this year in offering more choice and selection across our menu of savings products. And GICs are definitely something we're considering as part of that. So more to come on that as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Danish. I'm seeing, as I scroll through the questions, I'm seeing a few more questions around dividends, dividend analysis, our DRIPS program. So maybe Tara, if I want to pass it over to you to maybe provide an overview around our DRIP program and what it allows clients to do.
Yeah, thanks, Harry. Maybe first I'll start by what DRIP is, Dividend Reinvestment Plan. So you've historically seen these offered by actual companies or corporations. You sign up for it, you receive your dividends are reinvested in the stock, company stock itself, and then issued to you. On our side, we've actually, to be clear, a company has to participate in a DRIP program for you to be eligible for that. But at Wealthsimple, what we've done is we've actually built it out so you can reinvest your dividends from your stock in any stock. The company itself doesn't have to offer a dividend reinvestment plan. So if you receive a dividend from a stock, you can sign up on an account basis to reinvest or buy more of shares in that company and put that money back to work by reinvesting in the stock instead of having the cash sit in your account. And the great thing about this is if you get a $1.25 dividend, you can partially buy that share. So you can be fully invested at all times, which is, I think, a really unique offering and a really great way to make sure that your money is fully invested.
Awesome. Thanks, Tara. Yeah, I love the fact that our DRIP program allows you to reinvest 100% of your dividend income. That's definitely a game changer in the market. So your money's working for you immediately, which I think is super exciting, and that innovation that the team has built. And with that, that's a wrap. I just want to thank you all again for joining us today and being part of the Wealthsimple community. We're always working super hard to build the best investing platform for you, and your feedback always plays a huge role in that. After this live stream, we'll be sending out a quick Typeform survey where you can share your thoughts on today's session, let us know what you liked, what you'd like to see next, and even suggest new product features that the team should be building. And as a thank you, you'll get early access to beta features of your choice as well. So please keep an eye out for that. And as always, thanks for investing with us and for being a valued Wealthsimple client. Have a lovely Wednesday, and thanks again.